What's going on, guys? Brian back with another video. Today's kind of a different video. I did a speech to my class and it was a really bad speech. Let me tell you, this was the first speech I've ever done. It was a really bad speech. But I did a speech to my class about teen nicotine addiction, and I want you guys to see it because I really want to inspire people. I'm telling you, I want to motivate people not to use nicotine. So show this video some love. Like it up. Let's get 15 likes. Let's get 15 likes. We could all make fun of this video together down in the comments. I'm making fun of it. It was a terrible speech. So let's all make fun of this, but let's learn something from it as well. So I'll talk to you guys down in the comment section. Everybody, you guys are so supportive. Everybody in the comment section. I love you all. You guys have been so supportive, so thank you for that. Alright guys, let's watch this speech. Let's make fun of it together. So how many of you guys know what this is? Raise your hand. Basically everybody. Well, if you don't know, this is a Juul. This is an alternative to regular cigarettes, and the only problem is it's found its ways into high schools and even middle schools across the United States. This little thing, it just looks like a flash drive. It's easy to conceal from your parents or your teacher, and you could basically use it anywhere you want to. Kids in high schools and middle schools, they're actually going into the bathrooms to use it. And so what the schools are doing is they're taking the front doors off the bathrooms to try to prevent this from happening. This is easy. It's easy to smoke. You don't have to be outside to use it. You don't need to light a cigarette. You don't need an open flame. And it doesn't smell. It just smells like whatever flavor pod you have in there. It could smell like creme brulee, it could smell like mint, doesn't matter. This is battery powered, so again, you don't need a flame. It's just, you just suck on it and you're good. And so the FDA is actually taking a big deal on this. They issued warnings to over 1,000 retailers selling it to minors. The head of FDA, Scott Gottlieb, he made a statement saying e-cigs have become a very dangerous trend among teenagers. And it's true, I see it everywhere. I see kids all over the place, even my own cousins who are still in high school are using e-cigarettes. And me watching that, it sucks. So what the FDA said is the flavors are actually what made it popular among teenagers. So if there wasn't, like, you know, the delicious flavors that are incenting you to hit it, then the kids wouldn't be as incentive to hit it. Juul also announced their own $30 million plan to help keep kids off the nicotine. Oh, this name is hard. Milagros Vascones, a substance abuse counselor, said this is going to be the health problem of the decade. She never saw a tobacco product take off so fast. And that's true because, I'll save that to the end actually. At her school, 3 to 4 kids are caught smoking e-cigarettes each week in high schools. That's absolutely ridiculous. I think the kids are ignorant and they don't want to know the health problems that this is going to give them. Many kids think it's harmless, and some kids don't even know that there's nicotine in it. And and the Juul contains as much nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. One little pod contains as much nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. And I go through a pod a day. So just think about that. That's a lot of nicotine. Doctors and health officials say it's going to rewire a young kid's brain to always be dependent on nicotine their entire lives. There is also evidence that it could lead to smoking. There's also evidence that it could lead to smoking. So instead of always using the e-cigarette, it could lead to actual kids going to actual cigarettes. The FDA says 20% of all high school students use e-cigarettes. 20%. Basically, Juul made nicotine cool again. So
gonna finish with my story too. I went to, well, okay, so as a kid, I promised myself, and I remember this moment pops in my head all the time. I promised myself I would never be addicted to cigarettes. I said it to myself. And so I went to college, I went to Western Connecticut State University my first year, and my roommate, he had one. And honestly, I didn't even think about it because it wasn't a cigarette, so I thought it was okay. So I started ripping it, and then I found myself needing it and wanting it, and I kept going back to the store and buying it. And basically, a pack of pods cost $20, and I'm buying a pack of pods every 4 days.